welcome to PodcastFTL on GFTL on YouTube. How are you all doing? That's a stupid question. You can't answer me. Chris is here.
Hi.
It's a good start.
We haven't been here for a while.
No, we did a recording at Christmas with a special guest, but I didn't have time to edit that before I went on holiday for Christmas, so you're not going to get it. You might get a bit of it.
We should give him a little bit of it.
It's not that good, is it?
I'll shoot you in the face. Well, not in the face.
What?
In the heart. I shoot you in the heart. Remember?
No, I don't. I don't remember anything from that podcast.
Really?
No.
Did you throw it all up?
Yeah.
The Christmas podcast, because the Christmas one was late, because we had to skip a week, because I had the vomiting bug, and then we did the Christmas one, and then you went on a holiday, and then you had the vomiting bug, so that never got done. So it's been a long time. It's been like an American mid-season break.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why we've been not doing the podcast for a very long time.
All our loyal listeners will know that.
Yeah.
Some of them.
All a number under 10 of them.
Yes. You loyal people.
We love you.
I'll send you all hugs.
We should do like...
They might get lost in the post.
Yeah, we should do people sending in questions and then we can answer them.
We should. Do we have enough people to send in questions though?
No, we could just do it over Twitter or whatever.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
we can give that a go. Give that a go. For next week's podcast, we'll both tweet. Send us your questions for this week's podcast, and then most people will go, "You guys do a podcast?" And some people will go, "What's your favourite face?"
Do you have nostrils?
How many mini milks do you eat a week? My answer would be none. I haven't had a mini milk for like 10 years.
I want mini milk now.
No.
What is it with you and mini milks recently? You've been using them in your verbiage a lot recently.
I did say yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah, you said something about mini milks yesterday.
I said, I can't remember what it was now. It was some reference about being young and immature.
Oh yeah, one of our friends is
mini
getting
milks.
married, and
Two of them, technically.
depends on which one you're friends with. But yeah, two of our friends are getting married, and
To each other.
To each other, yeah. And they are growing up, and we're going to be staying young and youthful and all the youngness by eating mini milks and not doing any.
Yeah. They've been
Homework.
proven to, reduce the aging process. Speaking of the aging process, this is going to be brilliant. Right, okay, so question number 1 for you, Josh. Someone who we work with at our place of work today asked me how old I was. I said, "How old do you think I am?" How old did they think I were?
How old did they think you were? She's gonna say about what? 25, 30?
26.
26.
I'm 21, but I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Question number 2.
Oh God, they didn't say about
I
me,
then
did
said,
they?
how old do you think Josh is? How old
What?
did they think you are?
Oh
How
God,
old
like
did they
40.
think the Josh Matthews, who is half a year older than me?
Yeah,
how
just
old?
about.
How
I'm
old
22
do they
right now.
think you are?
Oh, something like 35 or something.
35. They thought you were 19.
Yes! Yeah!
Really? Really? Yes, is your response to that? They thought you were 19 and I was 26.
Yes!
Really?
Yes. I don't care.
They think I'm 7 years older than you.
That's because you're
when
more
I'm
mature.
half a year younger. She would have been, surely, slightly weirded out that me, 26-year-old Chris, would be sitting and having drinks with 19-year-old Josh.
Yeah.
Would have been a bit odd.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you're grooming me.
maybe that's what she thinks. Although she did think I was gay.
That's so strange. Why do people even
Someone
You
like,
just don't know. You can't tell.
the
It's not like something.
someone
Oh.
said to me the other day that maybe they thought I was gay because I was sort of nice to women and polite, and I was like, if we're living in a day and age where if you're nice to a girl, they think you're a puff, then I'm sorry, I give up. I'm just, I'm happy I have a girlfriend, and if she goes, then I'm done. I'll buy cats. I'll get cats and snakes. That'll be
What?
it.
Cats and snakes.
Yes. And when I get annoyed with the cats, I'll feed them to the snakes. It's a circle of life.
How about the other way around? You get annoyed with the snakes, so you feed them to the cats.
What if I
Who
get
do you
annoyed?
reckon would win there?
If I get annoyed with a cat and a snake at the same time, I'll put them in a pit and see who
You could be
comes out.
quite popular in illegal animal fighting circles.
Yeah. Which is the best way to go when women think you're gay.
Oh god.
Oh well.
Oh man. Okay, so as a game, video games. A video game that I
Yes,
wanted
that
to
is
talk-
what your channel is about.
It is. There's a game I wanted to talk about because it's not really video material. Zero AD. Chris and I played it. It's basically open source, free to play, not like free to play microtransaction model, but free to play, free to download, real time strategy like Age of Empires 3, but good.
Oh, that one. Yes, I remember.
Yes. Chris rather enjoyed it. I mean, basically what we did
Oh, yes, I remember.
Was,
it turned very quickly from let's play this game, see how it is, to, for some reason, I was putting on the voice of some
yeah, we
like,
made a little
child.
duo.
some
It's
orphan like child soldier, and you were the
with
voice of some
like a stick
weird.
through his brain because he
Yeah.
was so stupid,
And
and then
you were
some
some-
veteran soldier guy who with a really gruff voice, and then we just did these. We
It
riffed.
just got weird.
That was really good. What was it? It was just
Didn't say
like
it. I can't
boy
remember.
and sir.
It was just boy and sir.
Don't worry.
sir. I'm really worried about that army that's coming very closely towards that wall.
I wouldn't worry about it, boy. I'm usually funnier than this.
It's much easier when you're playing the game.
Yeah, I don't. You were on about fishing boats and whores and things.
The thing is, you could probably do a video of the game, but so you play the game and we just do the voices over it rather than any sort of comprehensive review.
Yeah, we can't do like I would normally do an alpha watch of that kind of game, but because it's in development. But I don't know. It's a too long-winded type of game, so I couldn't.
You would have to play it a long time to chop it up to a very small video. I think
Yeah.
it's more effort than it's worth.
But definitely, you should check it out. It's free. I think I said that about 10 times.
yeah, you
It's
said that a
definitely
lot.
free. It's open source, so they're basically a community of people adding things to it, which is really awesome. And it's really, really pretty. It's got really nice details on the building models and the army
yeah.
models, and it's got like different types of Greek civilizations, and
When I
they're
saw
all really
it,
well designed
when I saw it for a game that was still in development, it did look
by people who don't
exceptional.
get paid for it.
Yeah, and it did look very, very, very good. And you could easily sit and play it and just as if it were an Age of Empires game or something. So it's definitely worth a go.
There are loads of things that I said I'd put up, but I just haven't found the time to edit the videos because Chris and I should, because we've only gotten to chapter 2 of the Walking Dead game.
We still need
You
to
were really
play-
enjoying that, weren't you?
I was really enjoying it. I still want to.
That's a lot of people's game of the year.
If our
It's definitely not mine.
if our plans for today fall through, we could give it a go.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
episode 3.
We're off to play Creationary, which
Um,
I saw it in a cupboard once. It's something to do with Lego and Pictionary.
It's essentially it. Well, that's it. Really, it's Lego Pictionary. You
Yes!
build.
Does that
you've
mean I
got-
win?
No,
Because I guessed what it was.
no. You've got a box of bricks and you have to build whatever's on the card. And it can be quite difficult. Like some of them, one of the things is you have to build Legoland. That's one of the.
How many bricks do they give you?
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't sure how you do it. The only thing I could sort of think of is if you build sort of lots of very small monuments and have a normal-sized man,
Yeah.
or you build the Legoland sign. You get different coloured bricks and build out Legoland.
That would take quite a while, though.
Oh, no, it's not what you think.
Lego
I
is pretty
think.
slow to build with.
Um,
I love Lego.
no, I don't think it takes as long as you think, but it definitely.
Have
it
you
will take
seen
a
the
bit.
new Lego? I don't know
Legend
whether it's...
of Chima or Chima.
No, I don't know what you're on about. But
Oh.
my nephew is solidly into Lego Ninjago
Yeah,
or Ninjago, as
they've
he
got
doesn't like it to be
many brands.
He's 4, I think.
right.
He's 4 or
I was
5.
talking.
And he really loves these ninjas,
Yeah.
which he got a huge boat for Christmas that he spent an entire day building it by himself, which is fairly impressive. But as it is Lego, everything fell off of it. Everything that wasn't welded in place
Yeah.
fell off. Like the mast kept on falling, and he wasn't happy about that. I had to repair it, and he kept on telling me I was doing it wrong. I was doing it right. For the record, I know my Lego. I was doing it right. But
There
it
was
didn't work.
a couple of chaps in as I was cleaning up at work, and they were pretty drunk, and they were talking.
At lunchtime.
No, this was a few weeks ago, and they were talking about, like, they were saying how they were very drunk. They were like, "I am so much better at Lego than you are," and
Lego is not
Yeah,
an empirical skill.
I know,
What?
but it was fantastic, and they were like, right, and they were really, really drunk, and they'd obviously got this plan that the next day they were going out shopping with their kids.
Oh, right.
And they were like, right, when we take the kids out tomorrow, we are buying a fuck ton of Lego, and we're having a Lego off, and I'm going to kick the shit out of you with Lego. And it was...
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
We have to organise how you would make a Lego off. How would you do it? Would you buy a kit and then see who could construct it fastest?
I think you would have to have You would have to have rounds. I think you would have to have... you've each got a kit with the same instructions, and you have to build it the quickest.
Right.
I think you would also have to...
Who could build the best castle?
Yeah, you would also have to have a... You don't have any instructions, but you have to build
And
something.
all the bits are all the medieval bits are mixed in with the sci-fi bits, so you end up with a castle with a radar dish on it. That's what always happened to me.
Right.
And
And
I
then...
just got bored and added shit to
And
it.
so I think you have three... I go with you have three competitions. You have how quickly can you build something you're given. You're told something and you have to build something good. Maybe you're not given a time limit or it's quite long.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Then you play creation.
Then I think the last one, I think you're given enough bricks to make a small, a relatively small, well, that big is quite big, Lego sphere.
Chris is just holding his hands like he's cupping a single breast. A single quite large breast.
How?
I don't know,
I've
you
got,
can't-
that's cupping a sphere, and a breast isn't a sphere because it attaches
I
to
was
something.
just trying to make it amusing.
Anyway.
The image in my head is much better
Anyway,
than real life.
Competition 3, you have to make a perfect sphere. Because
Well, that's not possible.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. In order to be able to work for Lego, you have to be able to make a sphere. Obviously, it's not a sphere, but
You have to make these square things into a sphere.
But they have a sort of set.
if it has more than one edge, you lose.
They have.
That's why no one works at Lego anymore.
They have a set thing, so it has to be perfectly the same all round and stuff. And that's so that would be quite difficult to do. I think that would be sort of, and you're judged how good a sphere you make.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be your
Yeah.
best bet.
Something I heard about the Lego company, which is, I don't know, it's unusual. I don't know if it's true or not. Most of their employees on payday spend the majority of their pay package on Lego.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I just think it's weird that you're so into something that you work for the person or the company,
Yeah.
and then you give your money back to them anyway.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be amazing to work for someone who you like so much that you will then put your money... You must enjoy it.
Oh, it's a good
You
thing
know.
that they enjoy their...
I mean, essentially, a lot of the
Their job,
people
like-
at Lego probably go to work and
Play
either
with Lego.
I reckon there's probably rooms of people with drawers like the size of the room on a big wall at the back with different colour and style of brick, and they're literally told to go in and make something new that they can sell.
Yeah. They would have it meticulously organised and fuck tons of it.
Yeah, and
so
then,
all those little bits that you don't know where they are and you always lose them, they've always got another spare of those.
You would go into the...
Although cleaning that place must be difficult.
Yeah, and there'd be...
You'd end up standing on...
I think there'd be a lot of very OCD people there. Like, you'd be sat eating lunch and someone would come in and go, "You see this? Yeah? What is it? It's a Lego 2x4 brick. What colour is it? Yellow. Then why the fuck was it with the greens?" I can see that happening as well. But yeah, that must be so much fun. It really, I really want one of the sort of you had one. You've probably still got it somewhere, or you might not.
We know what you're talking about.
The big Lego ship from, was it Star Wars Episode 1?
Derp.
Red?
Don't know what you're on about.
You had it. It wasn't the sort of model that you could play with. It was the sort of one that stood on the stand.
The
red
Naboo
one.
Starfighter.
Yeah. No, it was a big red one.
Big red one.
Yeah. You had the little Naboo Starfighter.
Yeah,
but
I
you
got
also,
two of those. One with shiny bits and one that you can actually play with.
But you also had a large red ship.
Oh, the blockade runner.
Yeah.
That huge.
Massive one.
That is in my loft.
Yeah.
In the garage.
The sort of one that it was the sort of one that you don't get and play with. It's the one you get
so difficult
and
to
you
build.
make and you have it on like a stand.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want. I want so I can sit there.
You know how I built that?
You know.
The instructions are to build it in 3 pieces. You build the front end, you build the middle, and then you build the engine.
Yeah.
And then there's bits on each one, like sticks,
that you
slide and clip into the other 2 bits.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's just so big.
That's what I want. I want
Which is what she said.
I want one of those big Lego sets, like maybe a big Lego ship or a big Lego car that I can just sit, and even if it takes me 2 or 3 days, just doing it a bit of a day, and I can sit and follow the instructions and do.
It's like a puzzle.
It's one of the few things that I would sit and just be like, I am following this word for word, these instructions. I'm not going rogue here. You don't go rogue with Lego, when it's a set that you've been given.
No.
Unless, of course, you build the model that's on the front, which the instructions tell you to build, and then it's one of the ones where you turn it over and on the back it has 2 alternative things that you can make with the set, which you have to go rogue to build. It's a tough one.
It's a toughie.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed recently is that a couple of our friends have really gotten into puzzles. 1,000-piece puzzles. It's just spending some time piecing a puzzle together. I never understood the attraction of puzzles.
I think you probably could if it was it's
like Lego but boring.
If it's a puzzle of something interesting,
just go and find a picture of it on the internet, or buy a poster and put it on the wall.
Well, no, but I mean, say you've got nothing better to do, but you've got this poster that makes it. No, I don't know. I think it's a good thing to kill time.
There's never any free time. There's no time to kill. There's always stuff to do.
No.
There is.
If there's always something that you should be doing, then you're doing too much.
That's not true.
If you never have an hour where you think, I can do what I want in this hour, then you're doing too much. Are you telling me that you don't have any points in the day where you think, oh, I can do what I want for this section of the day?
Yeah, but you don't sit down and...
Why not? It's relaxing. It's not staring at a screen. It's not out doing physical exercise. You can just sit, be a bit lazy, put it together, keeps your mind going. Perfectly fine.
I don't like puzzles at all. It's a weird thing to be doing, putting together a picture of something.
It's just 2D Lego.
Yeah,
so therefore Lego must be weird.
Lego is a strange concept. I mean, apart from the fact that you get things like Technic, which are little plates of metal that you can screw together. It's basically simple.
Do you mean Meccano?
Oh, Lego Technic is a different thing, isn't it? Yeah.
It's like...
Meccano is what I mean.
Yeah.
And what's that other one? The ones with the sticks and the clippy things.
Connect.
Connect.
Wait, connects. Sorry.
Connects.
K''nex. Connects.
Yeah, those.
Yeah,
I didn't like Connects.
I've got boxes of that at home. I really want to get it out and make something huge with it all, because I did make. I got a set which you had to make
Cool.
a like joint, so like just that would do that, just move up,
That's really good.
a knee joint.
Description of what you're...
Yes, it was a knee joint essentially, and there was a little stick on the end that you pulled, and it made the knee move.
Right.
I did at one point make 10. I didn't have enough bricks, so it looked really weird by the end. Bricks, pieces, and I made 10 joints. So
Right.
I had 2 for each finger, and then attached them all to a block
Okay, then.
to make a giant hand. But the only problem is you've got one joint for your top bit of the finger, one joint for the middle, but then needed a third joint, so I would need 15 joints to connect it to the hand.
Oh, blimey.
And then the hand would also have to essentially move fold in half the palm, to be most accurate, probably.
Yeah.
Fold probably in half one way, in both ways actually.
Is
So
how hands work.
yeah, so it's really difficult, and I don't think I had enough stuff, but I'd really like to give it a go and try again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool when you've got something that you want to make. Otherwise, just building things aimlessly doesn't tend to work out very well.
Nice.
Unless you're fucking around, it can be right. Anyway, I think
Tea break?
tea break, definitely.
Yes, please. I'm dying of thirst.
Break.
No, you always do this! I'm stopping it! Back for the tea break.
Tea break.
No, don't sing about the tea break.
This is the tea break song. Gonna take you right into the tea break song. How are you, Chris? You enjoy what tea do you
I
have?
can't remember what it was now. Something in raspberry.
Echinacea and raspberry, I believe.
Yeah, that's one. It's not as nice as the cranberry one. The ones with the cranberry in it are all the best. But it's still a nice tea.
It is. I had mint. You
Yeah.
mint eater.
You mint eater.
You dirty little mint eater.
So,
Chris and I played a game called Get On Top. And
a video game on the computer called Get On Top. It's a video game. When Josh says we played a game called Get On Top,
I didn't realise it.
it's
could
not
be
the same game called Get On Top that he plays with his girlfriend.
I never played that with her.
I don't know whether you've just ended the innuendo by being truthful, or whether you're saying something that I don't quite understand.
I don't know. I just said a thing to make you shut up. Anyway, we played a video game on the computer called Get Your Leg Over.
Called Get On Top.
And Chris didn't like it, and I
No.
don't know why. Before you tell me, because I actually want to know why you don't like this game, I'm going to describe what it is. Basically, it is 2D game. There's a red man and a blue man, and they are holding hands, and their arms are straight, and they can jump, lean backwards, forwards, and what they have to do is get their opponent's head to touch the floor, at which point it falls off and you get a point.
Yes.
And I quite like it because you jump and you try and push the other guy over, and you fall over yourself, and you have to try and use them to pull yourself up, and then jump so that they fall over. I think it's a good. I don't know why
I don't like it because it seems as if more of the points that you gain, it seems as if you win a point if the other person fucks up, rather than you win it through skill of the game. I don't
It's
understand.
not an overly complex game.
No, I know it's not, but it just doesn't. I just didn't see the appeal. Really didn't.
All right. Another game.
You can understand what I mean though. How
No.
when we played, the majority of the points that, for example, most of the points that I won were when you pressed a
pushed off
combination
over by
and just
me.
went. Boom, boom.
You pushed me over.
No, I didn't. Because I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, the points that you won, I pressed a button and my guy just went, and
Well, maybe it was broken. I don't know.
no, it just didn't seem.
It's not a finished game. It's not finished yet.
All right, well, when it's
So
finished, maybe I can change my mind. But at the moment, I just don't see the appeal.
Maybe. Do you remember when we played Hokra? I'm writing an article about it at the moment.
Hokra.
The one where it was 4-player on the
Oh,
gamepad.
that I really enjoyed.
I was so glad when everyone was enjoying themselves.
Because
I was like, this is the kind of game that I want people to play all the time. I love this kind of game.
Well,
it's so good. I was having
I
fun.
liked it. I reckon it can get very boring very quickly. We didn't play it for that long, which was good. We played it for long enough to enjoy it before we got bored of it.
I got a sense that everyone wanted to play more of it, but because we'd already said we'd play Spelunky, we did that instead.
I think you can make a game that's so simple that it's instant enjoyment and then just tips off the edge. Yeah, I think you can make a game so simple that it is incredibly enjoyable, but you can get bored quite quickly. I think you can get bored quite quickly with that game, but that doesn't mean I didn't think it was brilliant. Because it was essentially, it's probably the only sports game that I'll ever get some of you, because it's sort of in a way like a sports game.
It is a sports game. That's exactly what it is. It's competitive, 2 teams trying to get a ball into their goal for a certain amount of time. When they get it in for a certain amount of time, they win. And it's the important part of the game is the interplay between the teammates and then them playing off against the people with very simple control schemes and very simple ways of moving. Because you just play as a square. You move up, down, left, right. You can go a bit faster and knock the ball out of another square's hands.
But what I think is most interesting about the game,
and you can throw it, and that's about it.
Is as it is, it's just squares and a ball, isn't it? Your coloured square.
That's the idea. It's minimalist.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know about you. I would have still enjoyed it. I don't know whether some of the people we were playing with would have still enjoyed it if you replaced the squares with people and the ball with a ball. Do you know what I mean? If it looked like a sports game...
It didn't need to be that complicated.
I know. But if it looked like...
Are you saying just replace them with pictures of people?
Yeah, I'm saying if you made it look like a sports game, I don't think it would have been enjoyed as much. But because it was so minimalistic and you didn't really look at it and think this is a sports game...
Yeah, that's the entire point of it. That's why it's really good.
I know that's why it's good.
It's very
but it's
simple
also...
rules that can be used to make interesting things happen.
I understand
that's why I love it.
I understand that's why it's good, but it's also a little frustrating from the point of view of someone who likes sports games and can struggle to get people into sports games. When you then get something as simple as this that is essentially a sports game, but because it just looks like blocks, it's I don't know whether it is.
It's very different to playing
but...
a game of FIFA. I don't know the rules of... Well, I can guess the rules of football.
Yeah.
But I don't know them. I can't tell you what they are. I don't care for any particular team. And not having that muddle and mess and the overall complicated 3D overhead shots and the distance and the ability to have goalkeepers and so many people in one place just makes it too complicated.
Okay, but if you...
It unclutters the experience. I think that's what happens.
For example, if you take the game, I reckon the 4 of us that played it would play... If they said, right, it's the same game, the only difference is you bounce the ball off a coloured segment of the wall. That's essentially just turned the game into football. Really. Passing it between, you have to get it into a section of the wall.
Well, yeah. But that's just a rule change. That's
I know. But it would have been enjoyed the same amount, I would say. But then, if we were to sit down and play, go for probably one of the proper old FIFA 1994 games.
The best football game I ever played was on the Sega Mega Drive.
Those old ones were more or less the same. in that you just pass it between, because that was before you had
they
skills
were
and stuff.
simple, and why do you need the skill bits? Why do you need the?
Well, that's more
Obviously,
for
it's
people
the
who like the
simulation
sport.
thing. If you like the sport, then you want the like touching the ball and moving it to different
I
feet
think-
and things like that.
I
But
don't think I'm complaining about the game. I think I'm complaining about how fickle people can be when it comes to games.
maybe
I think
I know I understand exactly what
because
you mean.
a game, because I
but the fact
reckon,
that this,
because there are
I
people out there
disagree
who.
with the fact that it would get boring.
No, I think
You
it
need-
would get boring quite quickly. I think you can go too simple. I think it could get boring quite quickly.
Maybe it would do really well if like you just set it up with 4 controllers, a larger gathering, so people could just swap out and then play with different people. I think that would work really well. I want
Yeah,
to
but
do that
then
at some point.
but then you're not getting, but then you wouldn't get as bored as quickly because you're not always playing it.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably why it would work.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been talking for a very long time about video games mostly.
Well, that's good because
Yeah.
you have a video game channel.
Yeah, I haven't actually put any video games on it recently. I should probably apologise for that, but
Well,
no
I
one's
think
listening, so.
we're gonna play.
Creationary, depending on what happens.
I haven't heard back
We're
from
either
anyone.
going to play Creationary, which I'm quite interested in playing, or Walking Dead.
I think we
do
should.
more
I
of that,
think we
and then
should.
I'll actually edit some of it and put it up on the channel.
I think we should play that until we hear about Creationary because we can always save it halfway through, can't we?
That is a good plan. So we're off to play The Walking Dead. What's the time? 4:30, and it's dark. That's the winter for you.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
No, hang
Have
on,
a good-
hang on,
what?
hang on. Right, you were about to do it anyway, but I know it wouldn't have gone. Right, what we're gonna do? We're gonna talk for like a minute about something, anything. I'm gonna pick a random topic. We're gonna talk about it for a minute, and
Okay.
at the end of it, we're gonna say, right, that's everything, and like, see you next time, bye bye, and then we're gonna end it, and it's gonna be a really neat set ending. Okay, does that make sense? All good? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So,
This is going well so far.
I know.
I like the idea. The
Um,
concept is good, but in practice, it's not really. Going.
I think I mentioned. I might not have mentioned it on a podcast recently. The Apple 12 Days of Christmas app. I'm
yeah.
very angry with the Apple 12 Days of Christmas app because on one of the days the gift was the Toy Story shorts, but when you tried
cool.
to download it through the app, it said this is not available to download in your country. Therefore, I thought,
What?
well, Apple have ruined this. This is awful. I therefore didn't download it. I then found out that if you searched for it, then you found it in your country and you could get it free, and therefore I missed it,
Oh,
which I think is a bit unfair.
poor Chris.
I'm
We
tempted to-
we did watch one of the shorts the other day. It was really good.
Yeah, they are really good. I hope they keep it doing sort of odd shorts throughout the years rather than another film. That's probably
I
the
don't know.
best way to keep Toy Story.
Really depends on how it works.
Think
Okay,
so.
I think that is
Anyway,
everything.
I think that's it for today.
Okay, so thank you for listening and goodbye. It's goodbye from me. and
No, you
goodbye
did
from-
it again, mother.